Okay, thank you for joining me again. And today I want to talk about something that is affecting everyone right now, which is the coronavirus, COVID-19, which is the pandemic that the world hasn't seen before. It has affected different countries, affected economies, affected businesses, different things it has affected. And the whole clamor right now is for the vaccine. That is where everybody's hope is lying right now, that a vaccine will come out and then help to solve this problem, because people are dying in a lot of countries. Of course, some countries are having very, very low death rate, while some other countries are having high death rate. Countries like the US are having a very high death rate. People are dying. Over hundreds of thousands of people have died in the US. And then look at countries like India, also have also experienced a very fatal loss. But right now, some vaccines are beginning to come out, and the one from Pfizer and BioNTech is actually making waves right now. According to them, they have a 95% efficacy of the vaccine. And so they've been pushing for different countries and people to adopt it. And they've sent out the request for countries, but countries like US have not really accepted it yet. They have not agreed to it, but Britain has already approved it for use in its own country. While currently, right now, Canada is the second country that has approved it. And they are doing this because, of course, they want to help their citizens, they want to help their people, so as to prevent or to reduce the death rate. Because this is just a preventive measure. It doesn't mean that if you had the coronavirus and you take this vaccine, it to just disappear. There's no guarantee of that. Or if you take it, that you might not get the virus anymore. There's no guarantee for that. But at least it gives you a reassurance that, okay, you have a little bit of shield. You have shield to protect you from the virus. If you take the vaccine, then maybe when the virus comes, due to the vaccine that you already have, it might not really affect you the way it's going to affect someone that has not received the vaccine. So that is the whole ideology right now, because it is not 100%. In other words, doesn't mean that if you take the vaccine and you are exposed to the virus, it will not affect you. It could still affect you. Depending on the individual, it might not affect you as much as it will affect someone else. So, but just two countries right now has approved it. The one from Pfizer and BioNTech. And of course, other countries are developing their own, like the one from China has also come up, which Korean president or Korean leader has actually taken right now, which is the North Korean leader. He has already taken the vaccine from China, and also the one from Korea is also coming up. Korea also, or rather, what they call this, Russia. Russia also have their own vaccine right now, and other countries are developing their own. But we are hoping that other countries too, especially the third world countries, key into this, especially those that have not been able to develop, those that don't have money for the research. At least they should key in and take it from those that have been able to research and get something usable. Countries like Nigeria should get it. Of course, the death rate in some African countries are not as much as it is in other countries, like like the US, a lot of European countries and things like that. But that doesn't mean that they don't need the vaccine. So as much as those other countries are getting the vaccines, African countries should also start keying into that and start getting the vaccines. Or at least, if they can develop their own, fine, but time is of the essence so that people can stop dying. They should key into what is available. But of course, a lot of these other countries like the US that have refused to approve it for now, according to them, they are still checking it. They are still trying to run it by their own system to ensure that it meets a particular requirement before they will approve it. But we understand that US is also a capitalist economy. In other words, they will be careful because it has to do with business. It has to do with money. Whichever contractor gets the job or whichever country gets the job gets a ton of money for it. And they will want the money to sit in their own economy. So when a company is developing it and it is not affiliated to their economy, it's going to be difficult for them to just approve it like that. Rather, they want to work out their own. And that is why the US, of course, the US is a beautiful business environment because it promotes something that is going to empower the economy. So maybe that is why they are still holding on the Pfizer and the BioNTech vaccine. But hopefully they will approve it. And maybe if when Biden comes in as the president, he might approve it quicker. Because according to him, if he becomes the president, if he takes over the mantle of leadership, the first thing he's going to do is to ensure that everyone wears a mask, and also that they get out the vaccine to every other person that needs it, so that they can actually make the country safer and, of course, reduce the death rate in the country. So the vaccine is out. It's still a work in progress because it is just 95% effective, but we hope that it will continue to improve and eventually reduce the death rate and eliminate death rate completely, and we will be done with this coronavirus that has so much disrupt the economy and the whole world at large. Everyone is angry at this virus, and I'm also angry at this virus. Okay, that's what I have to say, and thank you for listening, and see you in the next one.